everybody. Welcome to Takeoff with John Clark, and let's go out to the beautiful Tahoe for the American Century Championship, the celebrity golfers. And one of the celebrities is a former Philadelphia Phillies MVP, World Series champ, the Phil's all-time hits leader, Jimmy Rollins. Good to see you.
How you doing, JC?
Doing fantastic. So let me ask you a question. With you and the other World Series champs from the 2008 team that are out there, who is the best golfer amongst you?
That is a great question. We've played here before and we've played outside of here before. And it's amazing how that really changes things. So J-Dub's good. Chase is good. Shane is good. I'm good. Although today you can tell I played, none of those accolades would have been given to me after today's round. But on any given day, I'd say maybe everybody's probably within a stroke of two of one another, just who's rolling them. I think we all hit the ball well, but I'm not going to say anybody's better than the next. I've seen them all play, and we've beat each other a few times.
All right, well, we're going to be watching you all weekend on NBC here in Philadelphia, and I saw a moment with you and Charles Barkley where Charles comes up to you and he points you out and says, I was watching you when I was a kid. Now, I got to tell you, Charles looks gargantuan next to you.
Oh, he's a big man. He's a real big man. I think his arms are about as long as my legs. But I get to see Charles pretty much every Tuesday when I'm in town during the basketball season, when they're on TNT and we're all in the studio. We get to go hang out afterwards and get to talk. So over the years, I've gotten to know Charles. And it's funny that he said that he used to watch me because I sent him a text. I told him that I used to rock his jersey and uniform, the old Charles School Barkley, face on it, the shorts and everything. Thought I was joking. I sent it to him and he started laughing. So I was like, no, actually, I've been watching you since I was little. I'm still little, but I'm no longer watching you in the same way, brother.
I love it. And of course, you are with Turner Sports and you are an analyst for baseball. So we saw the Phillies in basically the first half here. Do you think they have what it takes to win it all? Because obviously here in Philly, they're like, okay, the lineup sometimes doesn't come through. The bullpen's iffy. Do they have what it takes?
Well, that's any season. Even the best teams, they're going to go through moments where nothing's happening. They aren't scoring runs. The starting pitching isn't that great. The bullpen are giving up leads. And it's how you really finish the second half. We've seen them come up short and kind of go backwards, but I like what they've done. They've made some lineup adjustments that I think will be better in the playoffs. And if they're hitting at the right time, that's all that matters. It's kind of like jockeying for position. And then you get to the playoffs. Anything can happen. You get hot. And you want to be good during the season. And the playoffs, you want to be hot. Because if you're a good team that is hot, you're going to be unbeatable. So do they have what it takes? I think they do have what it takes. It's just a matter of seeing it all the way through. Getting a break or two here, getting a ball to bounce your way, getting a call to go your way. Those things that are a part of winning World Series. It's not luck. It's just putting yourself in position that you get the benefit of the doubt.
Do you think that they need to make a move at the trade deadline? And if you do think so, do you think they need an outfielder more or a closer?
I'm always going to go with we need somebody that can close out the games, that when we have a lead, we can count on someone to get 3 outs. I think they have enough offense. Obviously, you always want more offense, but if you're getting to the last part of the game, you have a 2 and 3 run lead, and you have closer by committee, that can be tough. Give me a guy that's going to get in there. I can give the ball to him and think the game's over.
And Jimmy, we haven't seen a hot Bryce Harper for an extended period of time. We saw him now find his swing. First time he had 4 extra base hits on Thursday.
Yep.
Do you think that Bryce Harper can get hot here in the second half after resting his wrist?
If he stays healthy, I believe so. I don't think there's anybody in the world that wants to stay on the field more than Bryce Harper to help the team win. We know he's a good player. He knows he's a good player. We would love to see him get hot, but most importantly, if he's healthy, he's going to contribute.
And you mentioned some lineup things for the playoffs. At the beginning of the year, when I caught up with you at Chickies and Pete's, you said you'd like to see Trea Turner as the leadoff guy, regular leadoff guy. How do you think he's doing now when you see Trea, then you got Kyle and Bryce?
I like it. That's the way it should be. And you can say it's old school, but he's one of the best hitters on the team. And you want to get your best hitters the most at bats and put him in position where no one's in front of him. He can get on base, he can steal bases, and he can show his speed. Plus, I think he likes being that guy that gets things started. It's a position that when you have it, there's a lot of pride in there that I'm leading the team. And yes, he's hit multiple places in the lineup, but with this lineup, he can get out there, use his speed. We have guys that are going to hit the ball out the ballpark, but they're going to also hit the balls in the gap. And we have a guy on first that's a threat to steal bases, but also knowing that if that ball gets by the outfielder, it's possibly a run. That makes it a little tougher for that defense.
As the best leading man in Phillies history, the Phillies' all-time hit king and leadoff hitter, Jimmy, you just mentioned, do you see Trea so much more comfortable when he is the everyday leadoff hitter?
I think so. You're at ease. You know your job. There's no looking at the lineup, whether it's a lefty or righty, and how we're trying to flip the rotation. Flip the lineup behind the guys to protect guys. Look, let him go out there and do his thing. He has his position. You know his makeup. Give him something that he can just count on every single day. It's hard enough to go out there and get a hit, but then you come in and you're looking at the lineup, and it just happened to me. You look around, or you don't look at the lineup because you just expect to be somewhere. You're on the field and they announce, and Dan Baker announces the lineup, and it's like, what? I'm not leading off? That can happen. So I had the comfort of every once in a while that would happen, but for the most part, I never looked at the lineup card. I knew where I was, and there's something to be said about that.
So we have the opportunity to see you this weekend on NBC, the American Century Championship. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to be in Philly and you're going to go into the Phillies Wall of Fame. Is it kind of really hitting you now that this is happening?
I just wanted to get over with, to be honest. I tried to push this off as long as possible. I told them you have to wait till I'm at least 50. But they would always tell me we're running out of people and we have to start with the '08 team and we want to start with you. And the opportunity I had to do it last year, or David Montgomery, John gave me a phone call and I'm like, no, David goes in first. That's an easy call. And he said, well, after that, you really have no more choices left. So here I am. I'm looking forward to it, no doubt about it. But, I do want to go ahead and get it over and get it out the way, so it's not such a big deal and then bug me about it every single year.
Now, what is it like going through the process? You're great with words, but are you going to have a speech? Are you writing it out? Are you?
I haven't written out anything. Yes, of course. This is the digital era. I'm going to have the phone up there. Only thing I've asked is just who are the people that were involved, because I've forgotten some of them. Lee Elliott, who just passed away, had a great impact on my career, actually, and in an organization. He kind of put me back on track with the organization. 2 years later, I was in the big league, so he was a big part of it, and I've always mentioned that. So God rest his soul. He's one guy that's definitely going to be mentioned in there. But there are obviously another number of other people, but he was probably the most instrumental at that point between a high A and double A that kind of set me back on a path.
Really? And so with him passing, how much did that hit you with what he did for you?
I didn't get to see him a lot as he got older. He was busy, then he got sick. But he was a guy that I always asked about. He always asked about me, and Dickie Knowles was our connection. So Dickie Knowles would always keep me in a loop on Dickie and his health. On Lee Elliott and his health. So we would always pass messages back and forth through Dickie Knowles, and that's how we kept in contact. And I knew it was coming, because I'd known about it for a while. So I'm glad that he's at rest and, his family can just go ahead and understand that he's not in pain anymore.
That'll be great. You can pay tribute to him in 2 weeks. Do you have to pick a presenter for this?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's going to be T-Mac or Dan Baker, or a combination. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know if somebody else like Chase Utley or somebody would step in and introduce you.
No, I doubt it. They're probably like I was. Like, I'm not going down on that field. I'm hanging out in the suites, eating pretzels, and probably having a drink.
All right. So to finish this up, you wouldn't give me your pick as the best golfer in the group of the 2008 World Series champs, but when you see this pitching staff now with, of course, Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, and you go back to the teams you had with Doc and Cliff and Roy and Cole. Can you tell me, is there a staff that you think is better?
It is a very similar staff. You have guys that are aces, guys that know how to go out there and pitch. You got Doc, you got Cliff, you got Cole. That's a big three. You got Wheeler, you got Sanchez, and then you got Nola when he's healthy. And that's their big three. But call me biased. I didn't get to play behind these guys, so I can't give them the nod. And I think if we're going head up, it'll be a good match. I'm not going to say we're better. Doc is obviously the leader out of that group by far, but Zach Wheeler is the same type of pitcher, but with power stuff. But of course, I'm always going to choose my team.
There you go. Well, you faced Zach Wheeler, right? Did you hit
I think
a leadoff homer off in one time?
Yep, I did.
You think he's the best in the game right now?
He's definitely one of them. There are a lot of good arms. I like Zach. Every year I'd say that he's going to win a Cy Young, and he just comes up a little bit short. Somebody that comes up and has a phenomenal year. But every year that he's healthy, I'm going to choose him for my Cy Young Award winner.
All right, well, hopefully it's this year, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks in Philly. And look, hopefully you prevail there at the American Century Championship amongst the 2008 World Series champs.
We'll see. We'll see.
Jimmy, thanks for the time. Good seeing you.
All right. Thanks, JT.
Oh, mom, so flagrant.